Alright, this is part 2 of the video. I'm in a dark garage, so I'm going to go ahead and put on start with what I think is the poorest quality light, the Blaze 650 XLR from Planet Bike. So I'll go ahead and switch this guy on. Pretty decent, you know. This is, I think, this is the highest. Lowest, a little brighter, even brighter. So this is the brightest. Let's go ahead and leave that on, and then I'll go ahead and turn on the next brightest one, the Volt 800. Yes, the Volt 800. Hold it down. Boom. That is that one. Let's set that right here. So that's that. So I have those two on right now, and now I'm going to turn on what I think is the best light, the cheapest, and potentially the best. See if you can see the difference here when we turn this one on at all. Uh-oh. Wow. I just shone that light accidentally. This thing is lethal. Turn the brightest one off, but I think again, you see the difference. Okay, it's off. The brightest one, I think. Turn it back on. There it goes. It's flashing. The flashing mode on this cheapy but really bright one is amazing. So that's the brightest setting right here. So I'll go ahead and turn off the dimmest one, I think dimmest one first, right here. See if you guys can see the difference. Not too much. Turn off the second brightest one. Now we're only left with this guy, what I think is the brightest one and cheapest of the bunch. You can see there's a nice line. It kind of protracts square. So I'll compare this one to the second brightest one now, so you can see a difference at all. So, I mean, this is 800 lumens supposedly, which you would think would be a heck of a lot brighter than 500, but not so much. I'll go ahead and turn off this guy. Now we're just going to be rolling with 800 volt. I mean, it's pretty freaking amazing bright too, but as far as having someone you see you on the street, the really cheap one on Amazon, but it's epic price point, is unbelievable. I went on some night rides with my wife, and I was letting her use that one because I wanted to buy this. I wanted to kind of upgrade because I ride my bike a heck of a lot more than her, and I was like, hey, you know, I'll give you this one right here that I'm using, the 500 lumen, you know, it's pretty decent. And I'll get a little bit nicer one because you don't really ride as much at night. And I'm telling you, I ended up getting the worst light as I thought I was trying to upgrade. And we were riding through the downtown city, like Bellevue, Washington, like kind of a rainy night. And I kept looking behind me, you know, because we were kind of ride single file. And I swear to God, I thought it was a car behind me. It was this light. This light is definitely the most like brutal on the eye. So I mean, I turned around my shoulder to look for her, and I swear to God, I thought it was a car. I thought it was like one of those newer like Lexus cars with those crazy bright lights. I thought it was that car, like just kind of coming up, riding right behind me. I'm like, Jesus, and I had to do a double take. Oh, it was her light. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if that sells anything, but out of all three of them, this light is unbelievable. So, I mean, come to your own conclusions, but I would definitely say for the money, it's unbelievable. This little guy here, the $40 Shark 500. Yeah, it is huge, but the battery life actually is, I think for this, it's like 2 hours on high, 8 hours on low. They're flashing like 4 hours on. I mean, this one, the battery is supposedly 2 hours on high, and then up to 50 hours flashing. but the flashing is kind of pathetic compared. They have like two flashing modes. They have this flashing mode, which is cool, right? That's cool, but if you compare it to this $40 flashing one, it's unbelievably brighter. This is the cheaper right here rolling. I'll turn the flashing mode on the $40 one. That is unbelievably bright. That flashing mode will really get your attention. I'll turn off the... And you're just left with that. I mean, that's kind of pathetic. You got this. That's unbelievably bright. Yeah, it's only going to last you, what, 8 hours? This little cheapie is, you know, not the cheapie, this one will blink like this for like, what, up to 50 hours, they say. Not as bright. I mean, at night it's probably cool, but in the daytime, I don't know. But yeah. So, I mean, this one was 80 bucks. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be able to return it because I was a little disappointed with the brightness. But, I mean, I can't quite say if it is actually dimmer than this one. But, I mean, as far as I would say, this is how the order, like the best, second best, and I probably wouldn't even recommend buying this just because the mounting thing is silly. I mean, it's obviously legit light. It's just, yeah, depends on how dark of stuff you're riding. This one is cool. I mean, the mounting thing is pretty simple. It doesn't flex. The mounting thing on this one actually allows a little bit of angle, maybe up to like 5 degrees to 10 degrees of rotating. This one too, but for the price, I mean, I was expecting this thing to be just off the hook, and it really wasn't. So I mean, these two are basically the same brightness, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, but this one costs half the price. So, and the battery life is about the same. You know, as far as using a light in dark conditions, if you're gonna be flashing, using the flash